I'll call the meeting to order, please. Adoption of the agenda, and we have one amendment with respect to the Valemount Children's Activity Society request for letter of permission, approval, and support. And so that will be agenda item 6.2. So could I have a motion, please, to adopt the agenda as amended? Okay, Reimer and Blanchette. Any further amendments? Nope, that's it. Okay, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the previous regular meeting of council. Motion to adopt, please. Okay, Blanchette and Torgerson. Are there any errors or omissions? Hearing none, I declare the minutes adopted. Agenda item 6.1, Chief Elected Officials Forum, and that is pages 14 to 16. Okay, if council wishes, I shall attend, not that I want to go on December the 7th and 8th. But anyway, yes.
Do you want to go? Is it beneficial for you?
It's beneficial to all of us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beneficial to all of us. That's why I would go.
I'll move, we ship you off.
Yes.
I'll second. It's the,
Yeah.
It's an all-star lineup.
Yes, it is. Yeah, okay. So moved by Councillors Blanchette and Torgerson that the mayor attends the Chief Elected Officials Forum. And as you said here, it's just the mayors, the regional district chairs, and the First Nations chiefs that are invited. And the one thing that, the one item in particular is Dr. Gord McIntosh, as well as our solicitor of many years, Don Lidstone. Yeah, are there to tell us what to do. Okay. I'll bring a report back. Okay, all in favor? Carried. And agenda item 6.2. Council has the Director of Finance report. And do you want to make a motion first to just discuss it, or are you ready to just do a recommendation? Yes, Councillor.
I see that it says here that the agreed request is achievable, so I don't really see a problem with that.
Okay.
That's correct, Your Worship.
Do you have any questions of the administrator? Yes, Councillor Salt.
I'm in support of supporting them for grant applications. My only question is do they know for sure that licensing will accept the proposed changes? That's the only thing. So.
Okay.
Your Worship, we don't know the details.
Okay.
This is just to get the grant through.
Okay.
But the actual RFP process from the construction will be village-led. As for licensing, that'll be up to the society.
Okay. Okay. Is there any further discussion? So moved by Councillors Blanchette and Salt. All in favor? Carried. Is there anything in the reading file which council wishes to bring forward? Yes, Councillor Salt.
I'd like to thank the Northern Medical Program for sharing their PowerPoint presentation with us to put on the agenda. I had asked after our meeting with them and appreciate that they were able to share that.
Yes.
I don't think it's the whole presentation, but it's significant with the statistics.
Yes, very good. Yes, okay. Councillor Blanchette.
I just want to remind societies that the Imagine grant is now available again. It's a really good funding opportunity, and there's great criteria to be met, and it's available now.
Do you want to just take the information forward to your meeting? Okay, with I guess the Robson Valley Home Support Society, would that be the best? Yes, just, I see nothing wrong with that. Okay. Okay, we don't need motions for that. Is there anything else that council wishes to comment on? Okay, hearing none, we'll go on to 8.1, the 2017 Riders' Choice Awards. Recommendation that the report regarding the 2017 Snow Riders West Magazine Riders' Choice Awards be received. Now, isn't that special? Okay. And I don't know if the congratulations should be sent just to Varda, or a copy to the Tourism Society as well, perhaps to Varda and a copy to the Tourism Society.
I'll move that.
Okay, moved by Councillor Torgerson and seconded by Councillor Blanchette that a letter of congratulations be sent to Varda with a copy to the Tourism Society. I think that's very special, and I should mention that several years ago, a couple years ago, it doesn't matter, I was on WestJet and I was looking in the WestJet magazine and there was an article in there about snowmobiling in Valemount. So that's pretty special. And Councillor Torgerson did comment, people come up from the British Columbia American border,
Oh, yeah.
from the United
Pacific-
States as well?
Pacific Northwest, Idaho,
Yes,
Montana.
okay, good. So I think this is really special, and I would hope that the media would do an article on it. And I'm sure that the Valley Sentinel will. Okay, thank you. Okay, so do we have a mover and a seconder for receipt?
We do, Your Worship.
Okay, and to write the letter. Okay, so that was Torgerson and Blanchette. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 8.2, Columbia Basin Trust, the Community Initiatives Program, that the recommendation of the following individuals that they be appointed to the Columbia Basin Trust Community Initiatives and Affected Areas Program. Adjudication Committee. Motion, please. Okay, Blanchette and Torgerson. I'm pleased to see that Mr. Mullock has put his name forward. He's lived here for 30 years, I think, and very involved. Okay, and I'll take a vote. Yes? Question? Yes.
So I've noticed everybody's term is for 2 years.
Yes.
The member that we have on right now is will be serving their last term. So next year, are we going to put in to have new members again apply? Because then we'll only have 4.
Your Worship,
Yes.
the idea is there just be that one for next year, so that way there's continuity
Yeah.
in case that one flips over.
Okay.
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 And that way too, it'll survive, it'll be busy with the election, so.
Okay, good. Yes, Councillor Salt.
I see that 5 members we've lost 5, but we're only putting 4 in. We only received 4 applications, obviously. Are we still going to continue soliciting for another member, or is this it for this round?
Usually 6. We usually had 6. We could, and if I don't see anything wrong with any member of council or staff that knows someone who is very capable, to suggest to them that they consider putting their name forward, especially if they are capable of doing so. Okay, good. Okay, so we can seek another 2, I would say. Yes, Councillor Salt.
Sorry, and I'd also just like to really thank every one of those people that did put their names forward, because it's not an easy task, and truly appreciate the work that they do. So I'm grateful that they all put their names forward.
Good, good. Okay. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 8.3, Community Emergency Preparedness Fund, Emergency Social Services Stream, that staff be directed to apply for the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund, Emergency Social Services Stream. And I believe there's funding available from the Union of BC Municipalities for that.
That's right, Your Worship.
Okay, good. Motion, please. Okay, Reimer and Salt. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Strategic Plan 2018 to 2022. My, that's a long time. That the report regarding the strategic plan for 2018 to 22 be received. Okay, Torgerson and Reimer. Is there any discussion? Okay, yes,
I'd just like to
Councillor.
thank staff, because I know how detailed and hard work this is. A lot of effort went into this, and we really appreciate it.
Yes, I read it through and through and through, and there was a great deal of thought, just a real great deal of thought and consideration and good ideas. Thank you, Mr. Administrator.
Thank you,
It's
Your Worship.
very good. Okay. Okay, Any further comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.1, Village of Valemount Fees and Charges Amendment Bylaw number 778. Okay, what is council's wish? There are two, okay, Councillor Torgerson?
As presented.
Okay, so that's recommendation 1. Okay, moved by Councillor Torgerson and seconded by Councillor Blanchette, that Village of Valemount Fees and Charges Amendment, bylaw number 778, 2017 be given first and second reading as presented. Is there any discussion? So, Councillor Salt.
I actually do have 2 minor comments. I went through and validated all of the numbers with the increases, and there were 2 that I found were out by a couple cents. I don't know if we're concerned about that. However, those 2 groups might, if they check everything, might be concerned as well. So I'd like to point out under the water supply and regulation rates, for the first one was the Curling Club, with the 2018 rate being, it's currently showing as $680.96. It actually should be $680.93.
Okay.
And for a grocery store greater than 10,000 square feet, the rate is showing as $1,316.41. And it should be $1,316.48.
Okay.
And one other question I'm concerned with, or just interested in knowing, is now that the IDA has taken over what used to be the former Shop Easy, classified as a grocery store, what will the IDA fall under? It's not really grocery, it's more commercial, so I'm just curious how, if that's been taken into consideration for them for 2018.
If Ms. McNee was here, I'm sure that she would answer that, and I don't think that that she would classify them anymore as a grocery store, because it's not a grocery store. No.
Your Worship,
Yes.
we'll have it all clear for the
Okay.
third reading too.
Okay, good. Okay. It's too bad that it had to be reported as a 9.5% increase, because working it out, it's only $2.31 a month. But the 9.5%, I think, scares everybody. So, anyway. Okay, if there's no further comment, all in favor? Carried. Council reports. Okay, Councillor Blanchette.
Okay. So, I had my community, or children, youth, and mental health meeting. It's the last one under the funding that we had, so we'll be restructuring our committee. That was November 6th. 2 separate, sort of non-related, but I just wanted to bring attention to Friday night. This Friday night at 7 o'clock, it's going to be a fun night of music at the Legion. It's a $10 admission. The money is going, all proceeds are going to the local food bank for Christmas. And the Firm Foundation is putting up a $400 in matching funds, so it'd be great if we could get $800 into the food bank for Christmas. The angel tree will be up tomorrow at the library. And I attended the Anglican Harvest Supper, and it is always a really great evening.
Yes.
A lot of hard work is put into it. I talked to some of the ladies today and thanked them, and it's just a really great kickoff to the winter season. So I just wanted to thank everybody for that.
Where were you seated?
With my family.
I didn't see you.
Yeah. Way in a corner.
Okay. I was.
Me too.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Reimer?
November 6th at a community forest meeting, and that was all in between council meetings.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Salt?
I attended the Remembrance Day parade and wreath presentations and ceremony service, and it was nice that it wasn't freezing cold. Still a good turnout of people. Every year is packed. The place is full. And our MP, Bob Zimmer, also came for a visit. So it was a very nice time, had some good visiting with some people, and I'm glad I was able to make it this year. And sad that I didn't make the harvest supper this year, so I'm glad to hear that Mayor Townsend made it, and Councillor Blanchette.
Yes, thank you. I attend every year. Yes, thank you. Councillor Torgerson?
I had the air quality community engagement on the 27th. Traveled to Kamloops and attended the TOTA Summit and Convention on the 1st through the 3rd with the tourism, our tourism chair, Christine Latimer, and she's been re-elected to their board and re-elected to their executive as their treasurer. So congratulations to her. On the 5th, well, no, we're not quite to the 15th yet. The 6th, I was with Councillor Reimer at the Valemount Community Forest Board meeting. Remembrance Day ceremonies on the 11th, and I'm here before you now.
Thank you very much. Okay, October the 27th, I attended the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change Strategy meeting that they presented here in Valemount, and Councillor Reimer, you were there as well.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, you forgot to comment. So I should like to thank Councillors Reimer and Torgerson for attending as well, because it was a very important meeting for the village of Valemount and for the residents who reside here. I found it very interesting, especially where Valemount is in terms of air quality. And I suppose they said that it's due to a lot of wood stoves, okay? And I really don't know what we can do about that, but I do know that there was one member of the public present, he's here tonight, that suggested that a group be assembled for discussing the environment in Valemount. And so I look forward to hearing about that. So I want to thank the councillors for attending. Unfortunately, there was a remark made there that the Village of Valemount Council is tripling the utility rates in the next 10 years. And I'm commenting on that because it's not correct. And people need to be careful what is stated as a fact in a public forum when all of the media is there, and there could be serious consequences. People shouldn't do that, okay? And so that was October the 27th, and even our administrator didn't leave for Prince George at noon as usual. On a Friday, he stayed until after 8 o'clock as well. So, and it was well attended, and I've heard a lot of comments about that meeting since. So it was good that they were here. On November the 2nd, we had a teleconference call with Premier Horgan, as well as Minister Donaldson, Forestry Minister, and Minister Ralston. That's Jobs, Trade, and Technology, and this is with respect to the softwood lumber dispute between Canada and the United States. And then that teleconference was cut short after about 45 minutes because the bells were ringing for a vote in the legislature. So they had to depart, you know, with a tight ship like they have right now. Every vote has to be there. But we had a follow-up meeting on November the 6th. It was all the mayors and regional district chairs in the North Central Local Government Association area, organized by Mayor Lynn Hall and Susan Yurkovich. She's the president CEO of the BC Forest Council, and it was also with respect to the softwood lumber dispute, and they said, she said that the U.S. industry is not interested in reaching an agreement, and they are working with legal counsel and hoping that there will be a positive ruling from the International Trade Commission, but that's a U.S. entity. So we will watch and see what happens from all of those meetings. And I believe she was going to Asia this week with other forest industry people to expand their sales elsewhere besides just the United States. And it's not just the United States anymore, because former Minister Pat Bell did the same thing with our forest industry products by making arrangements with China. So I'm hoping that they will be successful. And and of course the Remembrance Day celebrations, I always attend those, and I also always attend that dinner. Yeah. Yes.
I have one thing when you're finished to add.
I'm finished.
Okay.
I'll be finished, yes.
Okay. I wasn't able to, I was away in Victoria for a week, and so I wasn't able to go to the Air Quality Health Forum, but I was able to see it on VCTV. So I'd like to thank Gord and VCTV for that opportunity.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, is there a tape of the questions and answers? Because it was just the presentation. So that would be nice to have, to know what's on everybody's mind.
Okay. You can ask Mr. Peters after the meeting.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll take a motion, please, that the legal reports provided by Mayor Townsend and Councillors Blanchette, Reimer, Salt, and Torgerson be received. Okay, Torgerson and Reimer. All in favor? Carried. .1. A motion, please, that the list of outstanding previous resolutions in the project file tracker be received. Blanchette and Salt. Any discussion or questions on any of them? No, hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Okay. Agenda item 14.1. Public comments on items considered by council as part of the approved agenda. Is there anyone who wishes to make a comment on our brief agenda this evening? Okay. Hearing none. Agenda item 15.1, notice to proceed to in-camera meeting, please. That council proceed to an in-camera council meeting for consideration of two items per section 91 I and K of the Community Charter to discuss matters related to the following: Blanchette and Salt. All in favor? Carried. Wow. That was fast. Yes.
Efficient.
Yes.